Labour Party has derided the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC over the union's attempt to undermine the national leadership of the party, led by Chairman Barrister Julius Abure. National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, Abure, stated this in reaction to a press conference held by Professor Theophilus Ndubaku, a chairman of the Labour Party Transition Committee, and others. The LP spokesman said the conference was an attempt to cast aspersion on the leadership of the Labour Party and to also hoodwink the public as they have done severally in the past. Ifo said the statement in its entirety is fallacious, misleading, and a calculated attempt to malign the image of Barrister Julius Abure, the national chairman of the Labour Party. He said, first, the forensic report and the investigative police reports from the police have stated clearly that there was no forgery. The file that was forwarded to the Attorney General has since been returned to the police on the ground that the forensic report exonerated the 4 persons clearly, meaning that they have no case to answer, and this is to the knowledge of Professor Ndubaku and his co-jesters. It is therefore laughable that someone will be given an ultimatum to the Attorney General of the Federation in a case that is not in existence. It is therefore clear that Mr. Ndubaku and his gang are acting in bad faith, using every available opportunity to tarnish the image of the party. Members of the public have since known them for their rascality. Secondly, it is in the public domain that some of these people are assiduously and violently working to take over the leadership of the party, and not even members of the party, including Ndubaku. He said the NLC, according to the laws that established it, has no power to even set up the political commission in the first instance. Letters from INEC, Ministry of Labour, and other quarters have pointed to this fact. Wow. Well, our comrade Kingsley, what do you make of the story? I'd like to get your thoughts as regards to the Labour Party tackling the Nigerian Labour Congress in Anambra State, as regards to the Anambra poll coming up shortly.
You know, Mr. Peter, we discussed this Labour Party issue some time ago,
right,
when a body was set up to go and reconcile the House of Rep members who were aggrieved, and the statement was also used when I said it shouldn't have been, as if I saw it coming, as if I saw it coming. And that's what is just playing out now. Look at it. Point, counterpoints, argument here and there, fighting here and there. You're a member of the party, you're not a member of the party. You have been existing with the party. No wonder the other time, you know, you did this, you didn't do that. Somebody who you are accusing that is not a party member has been there doing some things and is being acknowledged and accepted. But suddenly now you will have issues, is no longer a member of the party. And then again, Mr. Abure, you say he's the chairman, and then you're having a Baku, the other side of it, you know, taking the helms of affairs. And then now you're seeing him as trying to scatter the party or trying to rather impose himself. Because from what this man is saying, that he's not a party member, in fact, he's not even part of the party, so you're now taking him away. For me, all of these things are the same thing we have been seeing over and over. It's about political time. It's just about political time. So everybody's just trying to find his or her feet that is a politician. You know, that's just what is going on in all of these things. So you'll be seeing these arguments back and forth, here and there, until the final day. Until the final day. It's just who will actually be in charge. That's all this tussle and hustle you see going on here and there.
All right, so the Labour Party are saying that the NLC's conference was an attempt to cast aspiration on the leadership of the Labour Party. Do you also think that's the issue there?
Well, again, it depends on why the person, that's Baku, depends on what was his intention for holding such a conference.
All right.
What was his intention? And then, again, the person talking, saying that he's trying to cast aspersion on the leadership of a Labour Party. Why are you also saying so? Are you saying it because you're having issues with the conference? It didn't go the way you expected it to go? or indeed it did not actually go the way, because it's two ways. Either it didn't go the way you expect it to go, or it did not actually.
Well, they mentioned two things.
Yes.
Yeah, first they say that the forensic report and the investigative police reports from the police have stated clearly that there was no forgery, while they were saying that there was forgery from the NLC. And then the file that was forwarded to the Attorney General has since been returned to the police as well. So these are their bases, the Labour Party's basis as regards to what the NLC are saying.
Okay, possibly, you know, when you talk about Labour Party and NLC, they are the same body now. It's just that the Labour Party seems to be the political side of it, you understand now. So if they have put up such information out there, and of course it's an existing information, it is important to also observe that maybe this man is not in the know, the Bako is not in the know to all of this information, or rather they're also trying to look at it from, you know, how they would always see it. We will seek redress, we will seek for interpretation in the court. Sometimes they pretend they don't understand what the court says, you know, so they want to make it look ambiguous, so they can be creating these issues back and forth to see who will actually fit in to the hems of affairs of their political party. So if he's not privy to that information, maybe that's why he has held such conference and may have uttered such information that he shouldn't have uttered. But if he's not privy to it, I mean, if he's privy to it and utter such information, then it's to like cast aspersion, like we've said, you know, to malign the leadership of Labour Party. But if, of course, he's not aware, he's not privy to it, maybe he's just acting like a novice, I should say, in any case.
All right, the second one was that it is in the public domain that some of these people are assiduously and violently working to take over the leadership of the party and not even members of the party. And that has to do with Ndubako as well, because they are also saying that Ndubako seems to not be a member of the Labour Party, though a member of the NLC.
I think I heard sometime they said this Ndubako last time they sold form. Right. You know, this Ndubako they sold form. The question would be, how did they get the form of Labour Party and sold it out, you know, just like that, and it all went like that? We didn't hear anything about it. There was no case about it. So now coming to say that, you know, coming to see him as somebody who is trying to destroy the party now, I think there is something wrong that they are not telling us. Actually, there is something wrong that they are not really telling us. Because I can't believe that you accepted this man to be part of this party, sold forms, and it went through, and then suddenly it comes to when you are not, you know, in good terms again, and then things are beginning to look like you're not a member of party. You can't just say he's not a member of the party just because you have this issue, except you're saying that people are trying to chase him away. And of course, if you're doing so, you must do it according to the, you know, principle of the party for which anybody who is supposed to go out should go out. You don't just stand up and wake up and say, look, this man, you're out of this party. Whether you're the party chairman or not, you can't just do that. You understand?
All right. The Labour Party are also saying that Ndubako has no right, as member of the NLC, to organize a conference such as that. Here is what they said. They said that according to the laws that establish it, that he has no power to even set up the political commission in the first instance, that letters from INEC, Ministry of Labour and other quarters have pointed also to this fact.
Like I said, if he's not privy to the information that the issue of their Abure has been settled, you know, then he's acting in that way because he didn't know. I believe that his actions are pointed to this man has case to answer, so he's not a legitimate leader by virtue of all of those qualifications that he didn't have, you know, all of those forgery that may have disqualified him. So he's acting in that capacity. But again, was he voted to act in that capacity?
Oh, that's another question.
Yes, that's another question.
And if he has to set up, wasn't he supposed to seek consent from the leaders of the Labour Party?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. You're supposed to. That's why I'm saying that, you know, who gave him the power, who, you know, saddled him with such responsibility, if the party did not nominate him nor vote him to be their leader, even though Abure, you know, had cases to, you know, answer, or if he had such case in court, that didn't also give you the right or power to take upon yourself to start administering, you know, as a leader of the party until you're being appointed in any case. But what I stand to tell you here is that maybe, just maybe, they have been in two factions. Possibly they have a faction that one faction may have, you know, nominated him to go about this thing he's doing now. That could be what give him this whole strength. You know.
Again, what do you think, just this last question, probably before we go for a short break, what do you think this will pose for the Labour Party? Looking at the party in Anambra State, and most especially as the election comes closer. See, what would this mean for the Labour Party?
You see, I want to call this child's play. Child's play. When you see some political parties say, oh, we are going to beat APC, oh, we are going to beat PDP, oh, we are going to take over. This is not the way to take over. For goodness sake, this is not the way to take over. You are dividing your strengths. You are dividing yourself. You are just making mockery of yourself. And then tomorrow you tell us that you form allied here, you form allied there, and so you just want to make a speech. That's why sometimes I used to say that politics, or rather election, is not won on the media. You don't just shout plenty or so many times on the media that you won the election, they rigged the election. Whereas the in thing you're supposed to look at it now, you are not supposed to be the leader. This person has declared this is this. That means the house is not even formidable enough. So how are you going to fight the sitting government? So it's in fact, it's a bad one for them. It's a very bad one for them. If they come up tomorrow and tell me that they are going to unseat the government of the day in that state or in Nigeria,
with what is actually
with what is happening now, and then you believe, oh my God, then you must be a joker with them as well.
All right.